rocking in anticipation of the showdown we have in store. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see a squad from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on the 18th ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So South Carolina's offense is on the field for the first time today. This rivalry can fly under the radar from time to time, but trust me, the Gamecocks and Tigers do not like each other.
No, and it doesn't fly under the radar to the people in South Carolina, because there's always a debate of Clemson versus South Carolina and bragging rights fully on their line.
What's fun about this game is that someone gets to play spoiler. In recent years, we've seen Clemson in the national championship picture late in the year. Regardless of what South Carolina's record is, they are trying to ruin Clemson's season.
They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the quarterback is snowed under.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Dialing up a second down pass play. He finds his man, fighting off the defender. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Unleashes it on the run. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Gamecocks line up to punt it away. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. So the Clemson Tigers offense has the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They go right back to him. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. The Tigers pulled out a close one the last time they saw their Palmetto State rivals.
And Clemson, they were sleepwalking early in that game. They know when they play South Carolina, they're going to get their A-plus effort. They're going to have to take some haymakers, and they got to wake up in this one, Dave.
I think it's tough late in the season, regardless when you play. The rivalry is deep. The hatred is deep. Even when seasons are out of touch for South Carolina, they can put an exclamation point by beating Clemson at the end of the year.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Dragged down at the 39, but he's got 5 yards, and they'll move the sticks.
Really nice run there. This guy's so exciting to watch when he's out in the open field. Kind of reminds me of old Clemson greats like C.J. Spiller and Travis Etienne. When they got into the second level, you just held your breath because you thought there was a chance they could break it off for a touchdown. This guy has that same dynamic playmaking ability.
And there are flags flying as the pass falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Well, this guy certainly, from a statistical standpoint, has done everything to deserve a trip to New York City. He has been a big playmaker week in, week out for this offense. Get this, that last touchdown was his 20th touchdown catch of the season. This guy has been unstoppable.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
On second down, he's looking downfield. It's complete. Still on his feet at the 45. Nothing but green ahead. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Gamecocks are in the hurry up. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you've got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They'll try to pass it in on third and goal. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Going for it all. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Clemson. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of those top 15 teams who did battle today. Ohio State found a way to pick up the W, and a win is a win, but this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to in Columbus. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Offense getting set for first down. He wants to throw. Shoots it to the left. And that incomplete pass. Big hit on first down. Second down coming. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. He's looking to throw. He's got his man. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark. The Gamecocks want to move quickly. Wants to throw on third down. Trying to burn this defensive back. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. And the Gamecocks will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On the move, it's Toppins. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Goes to the option. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Looking to pass on second down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And he grabs it at the 15. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Clemson. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Jumped on top of the pile. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. They'll try to power their way ahead. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. The Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there. This rivalry dates back to 1896. It's been a little bizarre with the chicken curse, and it's a bit unusual, too, because the state school, South Carolina, isn't the perennial football power.
No, but it's kind of had its ebbs and flows, a little bit back and forth, some great coaches on both sides, but the in-state hate is beautiful.
You know, there's a lot of great rivalries, especially down in the South and the Deep South. This is one of the better ones, though, because you just never know what the outcome is going to be. And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Now on second down. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Quick pass on the jet motion. Find some fresh air. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And boy, was that pressure in his face immediately. Down he goes.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Really need to pick up some yardage this time on second and long. He's looking to throw. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty...
Going for it all. And he's got it. Touchdown, South Carolina.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. The kickoff unit about to go to work. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you've played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Still running at the 40. And he picks up the first down, and he does it. I'm not going to say spin move. That was a pirouette. It was elegant. It was beautiful. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Looking to move it through the air. Complete.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility.
Lofts one high and deep. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Oh, so close to paying off the tip drill. He had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete. Ball spotted right at midfield as they try to convert third and short. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Off the play fake. And they're on him immediately. Down goes the quarterback. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
That is exactly what this defense needed. They have not had a great first half, given up a bunch of touchdowns. but this might get them started. This might get the energy going and maybe rattle the quarterback a little bit with that sack.
I really like this call to go for it on 4th down in this area of the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it in style with a 57-yard toss for 6. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, David, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut it to a 1-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half. Because obviously, you know, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He's looking to throw it. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
Got it in the middle, it's Cook. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. The aerial assault continues. Got his man in the middle.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
Set up for 2nd and short after that completion. He's looking to throw. They're working that left side. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. And the Gamecocks will snap it on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Gets it out quickly. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. From the red zone, looking for a man. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. Let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. And it's 3rd down, but they're taking no chances. They'll send the field goal unit out before halftime. And he'll try to knock it through from 33 yards out. It is perfect. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. one more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Comes out throwing on first down. Looking to take a shot. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say it's out of bounds, an incomplete pass. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, between the coaches who have matched wits in this game and the players and the unforgettable moments, the Palmetto Bowl is must-see TV, and today is no different. Each of these two offenses has looked like well-oiled machines, but it doesn't take a genius to figure out these two passing attacks have run circles around these defenses. Man or zone, nothing seems to be working, and I'm not sure that defensive coordinator is going to be able to figure things out here at halftime.
Looks as if we're set to crank it up here in the second half. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third. Oh, he wants it all. And he reels it in inside the 30. Touchdown, Tiger! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Miami opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. The Gamecocks in the hurry up. To the ground. He's got it again. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. He's got an open man. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting to his position.
This offense has a second down play. On the move, it's Cook. Tackled, but he has a first down. And the Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're going to ride this running back. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line after he picked up 4. After the productive first down play at 2nd and 6. Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Yeah, and what a good job by the pass rush, getting to the QB and putting a lick on him as he's throwing the football. That's what you want. It doesn't matter about sacks. You got to get quarterback hits.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's right on target. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. They think there's room to run to the right here. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Operating in the red zone here on second down. He's looking to throw. Buying some time as he moves left.
And come on now, O-line. You got to take care of your quarterback. He takes care of you. He's the one who takes you to meals. He's the one that gets you those NIL deals. Everything happens through your quarterback. You got to keep him upright. That is your #1 priority.
12th play of the drive coming up, but they've got a long way to go here on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
That's the problem when you go empty, right? As a quarterback, you know you might get blitzed, and if you do, you better know where your hot throw is. If you don't, you're getting sacked. That time the linebacker got to.
And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. It is Tru as he puts 3 on the board. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. He's going for it all. And he makes the catch at the 25. Touchdown, Tigers. And the route is on. Lining up for the PAT. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. Fielded in the end zone. It's Brown. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they...
Running toward the tape. The 40. He's at the 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They torched this defense with an... He's going to throw deep right side. And it's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Clemson! And the beatdown has ensued. The Tigers putting down a big paw print right now as they start to pull away from the Gamecocks.
Man, I think you kind of get this here we go again feeling. Clemson had the upper hand in this series for a while now. Clemson always talked about, always loved. South Carolina's got to answer.
I feel like Clemson's been winning on the recruiting trail between these two teams in the last several years now, and I think that's really starting to show itself on the field today.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
What a great run there. On 3rd and 1 situation, though, David, that has got to be demoralizing for a defense because they were packed up close to the line of scrimmage, expecting run on that one.
They're playing aggressive, but great offenses have the ability in predictable situations like 3rd and 1 to get first downs.
Bulldozes his way through. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Gamecocks are on the move. Give to the running back. Across the 25, he's got room. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
First down to start the drive after the break. Trying to surprise him with the pass. Looking left. He makes a grab. They will score. Touchdown Gamecocks. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways when he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching his defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
South Carolina, 34.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored Jesse this off. He uncorks one deep. He's got it up right. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. That last big play has them in position to threaten here. 1st and 10 from the 37. The inside handoff. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. And the pummeling has started. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Recent years, fellas, Georgia has kind of had the upper hand in its rivalry with Georgia Tech, but this one is always spirited. Georgia Tech went into hostile territory and came away with a convincing victory. The Yellow Jackets always seem to get everyone's best punch, but today they were the ones who delivered the knockout. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He looks that one in nicely. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the moment.
Gonna take a shot. It's complete. A huge pickup. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, South Carolina.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these
56.
naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up. These guys
gonna take a shot. And this one will be ruled incomplete. Made the catch, but just couldn't stay in bounds.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26.
And I think this is where coaches really earn their money late in games, right? It's in the fourth quarter. You got the lead. Do you want to stay conservative and run the football? Because I see the defenses, they start to get aggressive, and so sometimes you can take the other hand and take advantage of it.
He's going up top. And he hauls it in inside the 30. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. He'll come out throwing on first down. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And that's easy pitch and catch. You got to catch that. Those are routes that you throw all the time, and you expect your receiver, you know, those same hitch routes, you sell it deep real quick, sit down. I need that to be a positive 8 yards, 10 yards, an easy play I can go to. My receiver has to make that catch for this offense.
Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. And the Gamecocks headed quickly to the line. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Makes the grab on the left. He's off to the races. And he's brought down after a huge completion. That is a jolt of energy for the offense to get out of trouble in field position, and now all kinds of room to work. Trying to find his man on first down. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down.
You want to have a lot of success on defense? Make the quarterback feel uncomfortable. This defense has been doing it time and time again, and you can tell this quarterback doesn't have a prayer.
Finds his man. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. They're going to throw it again. Quickly out to the tight end. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. The Gamecocks have their offense in high gear.
QB now has over 400 yards passing, guys, and you got to give everybody else in his supporting cast a ton of credit. Receivers, great job running routes, catching the football, and this offensive line has been outstanding, giving him time to throw.
And the Gamecocks will have it 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Murphy. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. The snap sets up to throw. Floating away. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
Ready to try the point after. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play. He steps out of bounds after a huge play, but hang on just a second. Defense might get bailed out here by a flag. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on second down. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The marker is at the 35, and they need to get it there to convert third down. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. The marker is at the 35, and they need to get it there to convert third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for the big play. And he makes the catch inside the 10. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Tigers!
There's no mercy rule in college football here. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Not a lot of hope here, down 3 possessions late.
No, and I love this part as a pass rusher because I'm just pinning my ears back, getting to the quarterback. I know it's a pass every single time. Palmer, I'm trying to pad my stats. I'm sure you're just trying to stay up.
Well, we're definitely just trying to stay alive at this point, but we're also trying to build confidence, too, for your next opponent. If you can find some completions late in the game, even though it looks like you're going to lose it, it's all about building on the good things you do this week so that you're out executing at a higher level than this.
The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. He makes the connection. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. He wants to throw it again. Zings it complete to the right. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. The Gamecocks racing to the line in the hurry-up. Quick snap and a spike to stop the clock. They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Gets it out fast. Bulls his way forward. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Got to get lined up to spike it and stop the clock.
The throw falls incomplete.
After getting nothing, it's second and goal from the 6. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. They'll come to the line just trying to keep their hope alive on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And the extra point was good. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah.
He's going for a big play downfield. Pulls it in inside the 10. And that's where he'll go down. An explosive play moves the sticks. From the gun, he'll try to throw. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. Pass to 50. The 30. He's at the 10. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, South Carolina.
How fast did this game just change? Offense in the lead with the football, looking great. Defense makes the big play. We've got ourselves a ball game now.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. First things first, they have to recover the onside kick, and then they'll have time for probably just one play. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody